Yeah, hi.
Oh, there it is. All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to VDRL Season 4, Round 4. I think it's Round 4, where today we are in China. And in terms of the championship, Kevin leads Jigs by 2 points. It is very tight between them. Entering the Chinese Grand Prix, I think we're in for a great race. And joining me in the commentary box for the first time is Mr. Pat Mike, making his debut in VDRL. How are you, mate?
Very good. It's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna be on top. Qualifying is very important, and we just gotta see who's gonna make it.
Yeah, as I think Mr. Nedza will be joining us shortly as well. 17 drivers on the grid then. Qualifying has just started. Indeed, I don't really know much about China in terms of a track. I don't like it with the new cars. We are, however, about to get racing now as Martin, there we go, invite sent. You got R34, Dragon Lightboy, and Finishing Heart all on top of each other. It seems like they're all right next to each other as they come out onto the track ready to do the first qualifying run. It is short qualifying here today out of a 50% race. Do you know how many laps the race is?
Isn't there like 29, 28 laps in China in a 50% race?
That sounds very likely. That sounds plausible, yeah. Most of the grid is now on their out lap, I think.
To keep focus.
Yeah. Dragon Later Boy is the first man out on track. We can actually check. He's in the Williams. I don't know the wrong tab. In terms of constructors standings, we got, I think, Mercedes are leading. Never mind. Ferrari lead Mercedes by 6 points. So the duo of Kevin and Shmi are beating the duo of Jigs and Limitless. Limitless only 28 points, still a healthy chunk, but Jigs with 78 points pulling most of the way. No slouch, both of those though. I mean, both were in the championship fight. Jigs won it. Limitless coming just shy of it. R34 is now the first man on track, so Dragon Later Boy taking a bit chill. As Nedzo Racing has joined, so he's about to join the VC. There he is, the man, the myth, and not so the legend, Nedzo. How are you today?
Are you saying I'm not a legend?
I'm saying you're a man and a myth. You're not a legend yet.
I'm a myth, so I'm just a conspiracy. I'm just an enigma.
Okay, the man, not the myth, and the legend.
Right, so who have we got in this lobby then? So we've what, 15 minutes left to qualifying. It's great that I'm actually watching on my Xbox and not on some stream that Martin's put out, so I can actually have a look and see what's going on.
Yep.
How are you two doing?
We're doing very well. It's Mike's first time in the commentary box. I'm not sure, have you commentated before?
No, we haven't. Not together. Oh, he hasn't commentated with me together, but I had my first commentary with, what's his name, NLC the other day. That was entertaining because I was having to commentate while doing other things. That's why I wasn't very good on Friday, but hopefully that won't be the case today.
R34 then is coming around the long right-hander. There's a lot of snavy turns down the mega long straight. I think it's somewhere between, I think longer than 1 kilometer long, as the DRS zone is.
1.3, I think.
Yeah, what did you say?
I think it's 1.3 kilometers.
1.3, so yeah, 300. R34 with one more corner to go, so a very awkward left-hander where you don't want to run it too wide because the curbs they can unsettle the car, of course, first place because he's the first man to cross the line. There's an Alpine of Finishing Heart behind him, yep. He goes up to P2, he is about 1.5 seconds off there. Dragon Later Boy, he goes to provisional pole position.
That is interesting from Try Again Later Boy. Oh, and Kevin's gone even quicker. So the time's tumbling at the start of the session. Ham goes into second place.
Wasn't for Ferrari.
That's huge for the championship right there.
Yeah, it is because we've got 3 drivers in those 1 minute 30s. And obviously we saw in qualifying for Friday that the track was we had intermittent rain. and the drivers were getting nowhere near those times. So some of these drivers who were out here on Friday might be struggling to adapt to these new conditions.
Oh, it was raining. Okay, jeez. I'm just gonna get up to make sure.
P3 for the Red Bull there.
Yeah, Toro goes P3. That's another man into the 130s. Limitless. I just realized Jigs is not here today.
Jigs isn't here today, so
This is
he's the championship
absolutely-
leader.
Kevin is rubbing his hands together and absolutely loving this, as he's already leading the championship. He could be coming out of this race weekend with a gap as big as 32 points.
I'd also just like to correct myself from earlier. I said that the straight was 1.3 kilometers long. It's actually 1.2 kilometers.
Okay, well, it's 100 meters. It's fine. I think traction's very difficult out of this long right hand, especially if you've got Alfa Romeo that is going straight off into the gravel. Never mind, full throttle. It seems like they are. And is he getting a slipstream? That's a Mercedes. I thought.
Yeah, he won't be getting a slipstream. You only get a slipstream on this game when you're like a second behind another car, maybe like 8 tenths. He's not going to get a slipstream from that car.
Yeah.
Braking hairpin, clips the apex nicely. Doesn't like to use any of that curb. I'm not sure if that's just a thing that all the drivers are doing, but that is something I've noticed. As we come in towards the final corner, this corner used to be a nightmare for track limits in the old F1 games, but now they've raised the curbs. It's not so much. He's got a 1:31.8. He's going to want to improve that lap time because he's 1.2 seconds off pole position.
D-Sword is about to start his lap, and he's no slouch at all, I'll tell you. He is a proper quick driver on his day.
Yeah, he's up in midfield pace. He's never usually knocking on the door of a win or a high podium finish, but he's always knocking on the door of a top 5 or a top 10.
I think he won his first race. This was last season in the Dutch GP, or he didn't win, but he was very quick. So on his day, he's up there. But like you said, most of the time he is knocking thereabout. Let's see what sector 1 time is. Of course, first lap, so we won't have any proper reference. It is a 24.0. I'm not sure how that compares to the likes of Kevin.
A bit deep.
A bit deep indeed.
It was more of a V-shaped line, I'd say, rather than going deep. He was trying to take a less of a geometric racing line, trying to get better entry and exit speeds and compromise the mid part of that corner.
As he then after that corner, it's a very long left-hander, very much like Malaysia. Of course, those two tracks are very much stepsisters or cousins, you could say. Purple in sector 2 though from Seaford, so that is absolutely brilliant. Maybe running slightly high downforce, which brings me to my next point. Of course, you got these mega long straights, but then you got turns like 1, 2, and 3. That little S section there where you need downforce. So it's again finding that fine line between top speed and grip through high speed corners.
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably want to go for a balanced setup around here because you don't want to sacrifice either. You want to just kind of be in the middle. I mean, some teams that have done some alternate kind of setups. Let me just see what his time is as he comes across the line. It's a 1:31.7, so he's about a second and a bit off pole position. So it's not too bad. He probably won't be under threat to be knocked out of qualifying. But yeah, going back to my point, there was, like, for example, in 2012, HRT, who were of course the worst team that year, had to go for an all straight line speed setup and were like 3rd in the speed traps because they decided to go for an entirely straight line speed based setup.
Didn't they also have no curves in that car?
They also had no curves. You're right. Which wasn't great.
Why was that?
Because I don't know why. Maybe because they couldn't package it, or because it was a financial thing. But I think they were the only team that didn't use curves that year.
Of course, that's a big hit, especially in 2012, where that was such a massive thing. Just coming in, I think they came in like 2011, something like that, 2010.
They came in 2010.
2010, yeah, same year as DRS, or same year as fuel was removed. Refueling.
Yep.
So the fuel still exists very much in these cars. They're not electric.
Yeah.
Don't play with 0 then. Well, he's going to cross the line in a second. Then it's going to be a 1:33. Oh, and he stays last. Might have well just stayed in the pits, mate.
Yeah. That's not a very good lap time. 2.4 seconds off of pole. What are you doing?
I think there was a mistake. Though. I saw.
I mean, he's made sure that finishing hot isn't finishing last like he does every single race. But
no chill in the commentary box this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin's about to start his lap, and I think we're in for one heck of a ride. Han is right behind him, though. Oh, that's not great at all.
Oh!
That's
I didn't
not
do
great.
that.
and he's backed out right away.
Okay. Why is he going for another lap? Is it short qualifying?
Yeah,
Oh, it's short qualifying. Okay. That's interesting.
it's only full
Obviously-
if we got 20 drivers.
Okay, fair enough. So Kevin got held up on that lap, or is he still going? Because he's still burning the ERS, I think. Oh no, he's backed off now. Of course, as soon as I say that, he starts backing off. Who is Martin on board with?
Dragon Later Boy just went on board with him. He is slightly down on his time. It was 0.013. Never mind, he's now 0.13 up on his time with a purple in Sector 2 previously held by Seasword. Of course, I don't know if that's a glitch, as you never know with the F1 games nowadays, as there's a Haas in front of him and he's going to be like, let me have a bit of that slipstream. Thank you very much. Not sure if that helped him at all. But slipstream helped him a bit. Now the Williams down the straight, he will pick his braking point at about 100 meters, or when the curb starts, whips it in towards the right, gets a great traction, it seemed like, out of there, brings his car back over to the right. Now you want to take as much but not too much of the apex curve and the outside curve. Across the line it's P3, and that is very tight between the top two. I think
that was a very committed last sector. I could pick up two things from that lap. One thing was he used third gear in the hairpin, everyone else was using second, and second of all, he went right up to that white line on the exit of the last corner and moved the back end, which I was very surprised at.
That was on the limit. Kevin just starting his lap, this time with no AlphaTauri in the way going into turn 1, and then dropping down towards turn 3 this is now. Then you've got a bit of a short straight where on lap 1 and on safe car restarts, I think we can see quite a few people burning battery to get past there, as it is another hard braking zone into this little open hairpin here.
Yeah, it's a very Tilkified circuit. It is, as you said, Sepang's little brother in that kind of sense, because obviously Sepang was built in 1999 and this opened in 2004, same year that I was born. But yeah, he's definitely making his way through this part of the lap. And let's see how he's doing in the middle sector. So he sets the time, and he's up by 47 thousandths of a second, or is that down by 47 thousandths of a second?
He is up, or wait, he has improved that much. There we go.
Okay, so he's improved. So he's very close at the top.
He's matching his previous sectors.
Yeah. He just needs to, I'd say, if he can get below a 30.5, he can definitely establish a lead over Han and Try Again Later Boy. But don't count out Toro or Limitless, because they can definitely put out a lap if they want to.
Yeah,
or maybe we could see some of Rajik's magic.
Indeed, you love a bit of magic. Han has just gone on his out lap as Limitless still in the pits, but Toro is on a lap as well.
The apex.
Coming down the
Kevin just missed the apex out of the last corner, but he's still gone past this. He's still gone past this.
What's Toro doing?
What is Toro doing? I don't know.
Well, he's taking a shortcut.
Off a 10th up is Toro into the hairpin. He's gone very deep. That's not going for a better apex.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We're flying through onto the back stretch, and he comes, and it's a 1 minute 30.8. So he's still a bit of a tenth or two off of the front boys, the front leader gang. Let's hope for his sake that he can improve.
Well, two tenths off Kevin. That's not bad at all. Remember who you're comparing it to.
Also, is he in the Red Bull for the first time this race, or am I just being dumb and I've just not realised that he's in that Red Bull?
I think you've just never commentated Sunday Tier before.
Okay, because it's ironic to have a guy that's name means bull in Spanish being in a Red Bull.
I think isn't it Italian?
It is in Italian as well, but I know Spanish because I can speak quite a bit of Spanish. So
I think it's the same language.
Yeah. That's not saying Dutch and Afrikaans are the same.
Yeah, but like, I mean, Dux is on the Dux drifting through that double left-hander there, and well, did Han just finish his lap or just started? It says he just improved. I think he just started it. Would anyone like to go through his lap?
Yeah, I can do that if you want. Just snailing through the snail section, keeping it in second gear. Third gear will give you a bit extra stability, but the second gear will give you the oomph coming out of the turn 4 corner as we come down the back straight in towards turn 6. Obviously, they've got the little kink here, that's turn 5. Brake just after the 100. He's a purple first sector. He's 54 thousandths of a second up on his time as he powers out of turn 6 now. Coming up to the S's. It should be flat out for the first bit, but he'll have to brake for the second part as he swings through the left into the right. Nicely done, smooth. No snaps of the car, no violent car movements. But there is one there.
No,
He's got off and he's spun it.
Oh, he's off!
Mate,
And
I
that's his lap ruined.
That's the commentator's curse there.
Yeah,
I said he had no
jinxed it.
violent spins, and he's done a violent spin. Womp womp, you're a fraud.
I will say he was. I've never seen car and man one through that fast left hand. He was, mate. Whatever he wanted the car to do, that car did it. He was on rails pretty much. It felt like.
Yeah. Well, then he's been
Think he
railed by
limit
that
the
curve
car.
because he just completely lost it on him.
Yeah. Oof. Ramos is
So that
on
from the
his
Mercedes.
second lap. Yeah, the Mercedes. Currently in P10, so he's knocking up. I will say, it is very tight between P8 through 11. Literally, if you improve by 1/10, you will be moved up by 3 or 4 places. So it is very tight.
That is a typical midfield
Sector
battle.
one.
What was it set to one? I don't think any of us saw it. We were just all focusing on talking. But we'll see you coming through his second sector. Let's see if he gets the same problems that Han was getting before as he comes powering through into the tight bit. This is always really difficult because if you go slightly offline for one part of the corner, you're completely offline for the rest of it. But he's managed to get through it just fine. Let's see what his time is going into the second sector split.
He's 1.5 tenths up. So I think that purple sector is fake. I'm sorry, Ramos, but I'm fairly sure it's fake.
Yeah.
Opens it up. Let's see what he's hitting in terms of top speed then. Just before DRS, he just makes it to 300. Seems like DRS wide open, the big letterbox of the rear wing. 320, 321, 3. I think he had 320.
Yeah, he got bang on 201 miles an hour for me.
Yeah, that seems about like 320 kilometers an hour.
Yeah. As you come down towards the last corner, can you get it right? Ooh.
Oh, love cover there. Might have lost time and stays P10.
That cost him P6, that little wobble on the last corner. He could have got P6 had he not done that and beaten Jansky.
Yeah,
Bit greedy on the yellow car, costing time.
I think that's what we talked about earlier. You just want to hit the red and white curve, not that yellow sausage bratwurst curve there, right on the apex. Just a bit too greedy, like you said there, Mike.
Right, who is on the lap now?
Mr.
AlphaTauri
2.5
up by
tenths
2 tenths.
out of sector 2 and onto the long straight. Now, this is a good indication of setup. It seems like he's maxing out a lot earlier than who else did we just watch?
We watched, I don't know, I can't remember who we watched now. It was Weaver,
Kevin.
I think.
Kevin just started his lap. Here we
Kevin
go.
on a lap.
So on his third lap now, he's looking to cement that pole position. He's on provisional pole right now. And I will say this qualifying session has absolutely flown by. 20 seconds left in the session. So these last laps are towards that workout. Han bottled his second run. It's down to this one right here. Triangulate Boy is sniffing on his diffuser. But right now, Kevin is the man who's got the advantage. He is just under a tenth up out of sector 1. As now it is all the time to find here. We know Han is rapid through here if he keeps the car pointing in a straight line. Goes for a slightly later apex. Gets his car to the left now, so that's very smart from Kevin, I will say. Back to the right. These are great lines from Kevin. If he can keep it pointing in the right direction, yes, and there's a car in front. Is that a Ferrari? That's a Mercedes in front of him, not a Ferrari.
Yeah, but it shouldn't affect him at the moment. 40 thousandths of a second up in the middle sector, so he's lost a bit of time, but it shouldn't be too bad for him. As he comes onto this back straight, you can see him fighting that car as he comes through the snail. Obviously, these cars are very downforce heavy, but even so, he's pushing that car to its limits. Now coming down the back straight, he's going to hit 200 before we hit the Rolex advertising sign, and now he hits the braking zone at the 100-meter board, goes deep, and that will cost him.
Deep. Ah,
I think he's just lost his time there. Triangulator Boy just goes P2, pips Han, but Han is on a lap as well, so we'll go into Han right. Kevin improves barely. What is Han? Han's backed out.
On his backed out, so he
What's
might
Han doing? What's Han doing?
yeah, he's backed out completely. There's no way he's actually on the lap, I don't think. Yep, he's way over the time. So Toro, I think Toro is the only person who can challenge these top guys.
Can Toro steal a shock P pole position? I mean, a shock front row would still be
on the front row.
across the line. It's still P4.
2 P4.
That's a shame. But it means that he's a bit closer to the front gang than he was before.
Yeah. So,
Evan is on pole.
yeah,
Any
so
shots?
if you take the top 10 and then Mike, you can take the bottom 7, and I'll just chill. I'll listen to those sweet voices.
Yeah, and then you'll take the race start off as you greedy bastard. I can see what you're doing.
Oh, god damn it, you saw it. Mate, you took it on Friday, alright?
Yeah, I know.
I saw that stream there. And then Mike can take safe car restarts as we'll probably have, I don't know, safe cars around China? I think that could happen.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, those clouds are looking very cloudy. I mean, if they continue into the race, it could be quite interesting. I mean, also, there's no gravel trap at the pit lane entry anymore.
Ah, boo. I'm sure Mike is crying right now with his Lewis Hamilton profile picture. Anyway, Nedzo, take it away.
Yeah.
So
painful.
on pole position is Kevin in that Ferrari, doing what he's done quite a lot this season, and then we go on to Trigon Later Boy, who is in P2. Han is in third in that McLaren, followed by Toto in the Red Bull, Limitless in the Mercedes, Cesord in 6th, then R34 in 7th, followed by Jansky in 8th in the AlphaTauri, followed by Rimas in 9th, Fritzas in 10th, and that rounds out the top 10.
Mike, take the bottom 7 then. Hello?
Hello? Wait,
I
what?
think you forgot.
Oh, never mind. Okay, well that's
Oh,
the
I
top
had it
10.
wrong? Oh, it's too new to this. Whoops.
Well, Ranchik P11, Spy P12, ED13, and Shmi 14. Those were the only ones we can see, as it is very much blue. Well, it's not blue skies. It's lightly crowded, but this crowded is slightly clouded. Where the sun is shining. Once again, those medium tires just lying out in the garage, cooling off very nicely.
Yeah.
As we are moments away from lights out, people, and
Is there a formation lap first?
I don't think so because of glitches and this game being absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
All the front
Would you-
wings are ready for lap 1, turn 1, so that's teams prepared, very smart from them, from the engineers.
I mean, I think it'd be even more smart if you were, because obviously I expected it more if you were in the field and driving.
Shut up. Anyway, I think, yep, here we go then. We are on the grid. I can't see the lights as the thingy is in the way. It's 500 lights are on already, and it's lights out, and away we go. Try again later, boy. Gets a brilliant start. I think he's already alongside. No mind, he's got a shaky mid-phase in second and third again. Han is looking. There's a Mercedes onto the grass further behind. There's Mercedes versus Alpine in the midfield. 3 abreast for a split second there. Kevin leads the down the hill and into turn 3. Limitless and R34 side by side. Han.
Oh, they
We're
touch.
banging with Cesar and Toro. It's a Red Bull sandwich. As this is where we were expecting some overtakes. There's a front
Oh, we
wing.
damage to someone.
Oh, and there's more crashing on.
So it's just decided he's a terrorist going into turn 6. And Adair, I just have to point out, went off right at the back. He doesn't know what he's doing. Han is up into third. What is going on in this race? Toto and Han battling side by side.
Wow. What a start, both of them.
Amazing racing.
Ding dong battle. That's
Red Bull goes
Lewis Hamilton
wide.
later in Sutil. Oh my god, we're coming towards the next part of the lap, in towards sector 2. We're going to see a dive bomb into the left-hander. No, we're not.
The flags further behind. There's an Alpine that's gone around of Sly. Yep, indeed. The Ferrari has a look side by side between the Alpine of finishing hard. Switches it from left to right. As now starts the slipstream fest, ladies and gentlemen. Down to 1.2 kilometer long straight. This is where we'll get a good inkling of who's running what wings.
Anyone who's done any sort of oval racing will know that you need to get them out of the draft so that they don't just run you down the straight and get past easily. So you just try and make as many movements as you can without being illegal. As don't play zero and finishing hard are battling over the wooden spoon of 14th place. Rajic and Limitless switch places because Limitless has come into the pits and there's a Williams in the wall.
Oh!
R34 is just logged up and gone straight into the wall on pit entry.
Okay, virtual safety car.
Oh, he's done a Hamilton.
That seems suspicious to me. Has he done that on purpose to get a safety car?
I don't think so.
One of the Mercedes had front wing damage. I saw a piece of front wing at the start getting taken off, and now he has to pit.
Yep. Early pit stops all round. In terms of tyres, the top 5 were all on hards. Then you got Freights, Smee, and on hards. Limitless and Snide just pitting onto hards, and the rest of the grid on mediums. No soft tyres as I fairly sure they wear out very quickly around here.
Who was the big gainer on that opening lap? So many drivers actually gained 5 positions. Shmi gained 5 positions. Dux gained 5 positions. Don't play 0. A couple of drivers gained 4 positions, but it's very much Linus Stern at the top 5. Only some minor position changes at the top 5, which hopefully will change as we're on the virtual safety car period, and they're starting to bunch up a little bit. Obviously, everyone's on the hard tyres up there. Maybe Jansky or Rajic could take advantage and use those mediums to good effect. But then again, they are quite a bit slower than the other drivers in front.
And I forgot to ask, how many safe cars are you guys expecting? I'm going to say 2, not including this one.
I'm going to say 1, as Jansky's just ran into the back of Czord on the restart, and that's going to lead him napping.
Oh, try again later, boy. We could see a change of lead here. Try again later, boy. How's it look today?
Ferrari caught napping. Kevin caught napping after the virtual safety car restart.
Yeah,
He's ahead.
Toro even having a look, he just stayed behind, but try again later, boy. Leads the Grand Prix on lap 2 out of 28, soon going on to lap 3 as DRS will be enabled. Kevin maybe just being the wiser of the two, saying I'll just stick behind for now, save a bit of battery, as Toro is saying screw the battery, I'm just absolutely sending it, which you gotta love.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of camaraderie there, as we've seen some different lines going into T1. I think we might see an overtake here from Jansky on Czord. He's made the move. The sister team overtakes the big boy team, and I don't think Czord's going to like that one. He's getting the wobble off the exit. He's got Rajic on his tail as well. Let's see what he can do going into turn 6. Could we see a kamikaze dive bomb?
Like you mentioned, that's the medium is working very well for Jan and Rajic there. Wow, there's yellow flags on.
Ferrari!
Wow, as the Ferrari pointing towards the Japanese Grand Prix there. He's a bit eager to go back there. Of course, we were there last week. Yeah, Toro though remaining, actually never mind, moved up to P3 as Han. Oh, it's lacking a bit in the early phases, it feels like. However, that could be just the odds not working out for him as he wants to. Rajic still behind Czord on those mediums. Yep, we could see a change of the top 3 here. Yeah, that we don't care. It's Lion R34.
Yeah, they're battling for the wooden spoon.
They're battling for the plastic spoon right now.
The Kevin spoon. As Kevin goes up the inside into the hairpin but backs out of it. This is causing a train of 5 cars to develop. This is like Formula E, where they just all want to stay behind the leader. It's follow the leader here in China.
Yep, as Ned, so you're in the game, you might be able to get ERS up and give us some info. That Czord goes wide. Reitsaus is going to have a bit of that. Yep. Oh, could be a double overtake down the main straight then. To the inside, he has a look. Reitsaus sends it to the inside. Rajic working his grip magic then on the outside. Those mediums doing the work. I think he just needs to stick behind for now. Yes, he does.
The top three were just fighting, and that meant that Jansky fell down to 5th place. He was initially fighting for Han for the 3rd place, but now he's back down to 5th because of fighting. Yeah. Also, ERS, you were talking about ERS. Try again later by 60%, so does Kevin. Han has 35, Toro has 25, and Jansky has 43.
Well, so right now it's advantage. I'd say Kevin, of course, being on the slipstream, and we're soon making our way to that long straight, where, I mean, DRS is only...
He's not got a good exit, though. He's not got a good exit off of the middle sector left-hander, and he needs a good exit off of here. He needs a good exit off of here. And don't deploy the ERS until you're around the right-hander, because you will just get a massive tank slapper, which I think he's aware of.
Yeah, of course he is.
He's not using any ERS. He's just staying in that slipstream. I think he's just wanting to keep the status quo at the moment, just waiting for something else to happen.
Yep. Toro has a look at Tom. Toro, he just thinks the better of it.
Think about it.
Very late. It is literally a train hit. They are carrying some cargo. Alpine there is 3 cars grappling away for P7 at the moment. Rajic, Ramos, and Czord. All of them just seeming to be on top of each other. Tank slappers all over the place as well. Then Ramos with the DRS. I think this is... Never mind, he just does not... There's a Red Bull that's just appeared out of nowhere on his outside.
Czord, he's going round the outside, but he might switch to the inside for the next part if he can get it right. Or is he going to try and do a switch back off the exit? Or is he going to do none of that and he make me look gimp because I don't know what I'm talking about? He's doing exactly that.
Mate, he's watching stream right now and no, I'm not going to do that. Instead, he might go for a move here. The Mercedes.
Because the Mercedes decided it was going to go onto the grass, and he might get a better exit off this corner, but no.
Yeah,
Again.
identifies as a lawnmower.
Yep.
You might wait onto the back straight in sector 3 to try and overtake there.
I'll tell you who might be gearing up for a move on the back straight in sector 3 as well is Jansky. He's the closest of anyone to the car behind him in this kind of train. Actually, no, Han is to the back of Kevin. We'll see what happens in this fight for the lead with these top 5 cars. This reminds me of the 1970 Grand Prix. His hand spun it. He's spun it off. He's down into 5th. He's down to 5th. He's lost his train. He's lost the back of that train. And that's going to cost Toro some time as well. He's going to lose the position to Jansky because he hasn't got the slipstream of the car.
These two need to work together to get back within the DRS. I'm sure Kevin will be absolutely loving this as you have no one behind him. They're fighting though. Will they have DRS? They work side by side through the final corner. You don't usually see an overtake through that, and you won't see an overtake through that.
Jansky got the worst exit though. I think we might see him move again into turn 1 because he had the worst exit because he was on the inside of the corner. He's going to go to the outside of T1 here. Can he fight it? Can he manage to get the grip on the outside? He's going to try and switch it. He might try and switch it on the exit. Oh no, he's not. Is he? No, he's not.
Jan's covered it off absolutely brilliantly, just hugging the curb there, running him out wide as he seems to be a bit all over the place. Kevin still behind Dragon Light Boy, probably just chilling, saving those tires, and ERS still no full safe car yet. We'll have to see how fuel ends up being for these drivers. Oh, what a hectic opening laps, eh?
Yeah, awkward silence as we go on towards lap 6.
Love to see it.
We're about a quarter of the way through this race, and we're still not a quarter of the way through the action, so...
Oh, here goes...
About the outside being optimistic. What is he going to do it? No.
Oh, instead
oh!
Tank slapper. Tank slappers all over the place.
He just kept it on the track. If he'd have pinned that could have been a safety car. But he didn't, so it's not.
Oh, such a shame. Yeah, I think that all started when he got onto that initial curve there between the two left-handers, unsettled the car going onto whatever turn number that is. It's now Limitless is eyeing up Shmee, who had a spin, Limitless who had to pit early, and that is a lovely little double switchback there from Limitless, who will have DRS down the straight as well.
Yep, that'll be a bad thing for Shmee, even though he used a bit of ERS to try and keep with him, but I don't think it's sensible to try and keep going. Kevin is still right behind Try Again Later Boy. He's trying that tighter line. Try Again Later Boy cuts in later into the second part of turn 2, so that could definitely provide some entertaining racing later on if they get closer. But obviously, obviously Jansky's now fallen off the back of those front two because of the spin from Han, or the half spin from Han. They fell off the back of that DRS train. They need a safety car to try and catch back up. Are you two still there?
I'm here. The Red Bull needs to work together with the AlphaTauri to try and make their way back up to the top 2. Otherwise, it's not going to look good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but the thing is, the problem is, Jansky's on those mediums, and those mediums aren't going to be good as the hards at this point in the race, so they're kind of in this limbo phase, where they want to work together, but they can't, as the Red Bull is going to the inside. He's got the position advantage, he's got the straight line speed advantage, he's got the braking advantage as we go into the... but he's not going to get the better exit. That's going to be Jansky, and we're going to switch back. This is not what they want to do if they want to actually catch up to the leaders as we go into the last corner. He's made the move back again, and that's going to allow Toto to get the DRS on the straight again, so we might see the third overtake in 3 corners. We are going to see... Oh! That was...
Bit of movement.
Toro not really reading what the other car was going to do, and SNY has gone off there in the second sector. That shouldn't cause any problems for anyone else, as I think Jale has rejoined us from whatever he was doing. Maybe he was committing some domestic terrorism while he was off stream.
Don't blow my cover there, Ned, so please. I gotta make money, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you got to provide rockets to the Yemenis and Saudi Arabians.
What pit lap do you think we'll see today for the mediums and the halves?
Probably 29.
29. Great, love it. Lap 14 to 7.
13, around about halfway through the race.
Alright.
We might see some people try and go later to try and wait for a safety car.
Oh! Whoops. McLaren's
happened?
off. The McLaren
Hands off
spun.
again.
You hear the
He's
back
off
of the Red
again.
Bull.
He's off again. What a bad race it's been for Han. He's spinning more than Jale every time he races.
What do you mean? I'm leading the championship right now in ZRL.
Yeah, well, ZRL's irrelevant. I don't race there anymore, so it's irrelevant. Toro and Yansky are battling. They've got a ding-dong battle, like it's Lewis Hamilton and Adrian Sutil in the nightclub as we come down towards the last corner. And will we see? Oh my God! Okay, they're doing that's a switchback from Yansky. That was a clever one because now he's going to get DRS onto the front stretch and overtake the Red Bull. Maybe he'll get promoted to the senior team.
I'm sure he's hoping, he's dreaming that every time he sleeps, just waiting to get confirmation from the man upstairs. Kevin, though, when did he take the lead when I was gone? Probably.
Yeah. Or maybe you just don't. Maybe you just weren't paying attention.
Probably that one as well.
Yeah. The track is black with skid marks, or tyre marks, should I say. It looks forever has come into the pits. He's the first
That's
person
because Han's been spinning so much.
Because you've been spinning so much before the race.
Man, why do you... Mate, Martin, get this guy out of here.
You have been removed from the voice channel.
So again, later, boy, now just chilling. Before it was Kevin chilling behind the Williams, now it's the Williams who gets to analyze that rear wing of said Ferrari, sorry.
Absolutely. I mean, coming onto this back straight, I mean, he's not got the best exit, so we might not see any... Actually, he's using ERS. He's wanting to make an overtake. He will have the DRS. He will have the slipstream. He will have the momentum.
Go for it.
He's going to go for it.
Yep.
Try again later boy to the inside, and he's going to get the move. He has got the move, but he's just kind of moved across to try and get the better line out of the corner, and that's allowed him to keep ahead of Kevin there. I'm
sure we were all hoping for a bit more of a fight for Kevin, but it's not quite working for him yet. Just DRS swapping yellow flags to do that. So Williams.
R34. Again.
Who is Ducks, mate, he was ghosting. Who needs to avoid him, but whatever. It's fine. I think, yep. Oh, side by side, Toro and the AlphaTauri of Jan. I'm fairly sure the hards are the quicker tire now, and we're seeing it right now. Switchback left to right, more wheel banging. That could have ended rather badly. Another switchback this time. Right to left, double switchback, tries to get a great exit, he's just got no battery to play around with.
Yansky is also sliding out of the corners a lot more than before, so he's going to be struggling on those tyres. Why is he taking the defense line? He's banner. And Toro's driving that car like he's Keke Rosberg, trying to wrangle it around all the corners, which is going to kill his tyres.
Hey, don't hate Keke Rosberg. He's the father of the best Formula 1 driver known to have.
Well, I was saying because Keke Rosberg is known for being very aggressive. That's what I was getting on at. Not in his parenting style, but in his driving style. He wasn't like Jos Verstappen.
We do not condone child abuse.
I do.
VDRL does not condone child abuse. Rajic is, I think he was going to let go hard to get DRS, but in the process he let Ramos by. So that did not go too well.
I think we might see part 5 million of this Toro and Yansky battle going into the hairpin. Yep. Toro overtakes Yansky.
Oh!
But he moves on him under braking, and that's caused Yansky to nearly blow him up into the corner.
That was close.
These two are giving us good entertainment and we're enjoying. But the AlphaTauri needs to stop fighting, so then his tires won't die. Because the more he fights, the tires will just die. Unfortunately.
I think everyone needs to get NASCAR style bumpers so they can all just bump each other out of the way.
Like those rental go-karts.
Yeah, Han and Remus are battling into T2, and Remus is sticking his nose up the inside. He might not get this, I don't think, because he's not going to have a momentum coming out of the corner unless he's, which he hasn't done, because he's got the racing brain of a frog on ecstasy. But we come down towards turn 6 and he might have a go into here. Is he going to do a Ricardo? He is going to do a Ricardo.
This time it's the Mercedes that tries to get past instead of the Mercedes that's being overtaken. Ramos has got literally the definition of no battery. Oh,
And
that's
also
Raji.
Rajika's got the definition of no rear end as we come through the exit.
Welcome to ABC with VDRL. Hey, ah! B, battery. C, absolute cunt.
That's not, that absolute doesn't begin with a C. D is dickhead knob cheese. E is
ERS.
E is F is freight sales.
Here goes Kevin. Change of
J
lead
is
this time.
Gdansk,
It might be. Oh,
Gdansk.
come on, Kevin. Just send it. Just send it. Give us a. Or undercut him. Give me something that I can get hyped about.
Yeah.
And not just
Or what you could do is you could just both blow each other up and let Yansky and Toro win.
Mate, it would be a great battle for the lead. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, they're both kind of in a league of their own because obviously 4 seconds on the cars behind. Yeah, they're just kind of chilling out front, and they both have a lot of ERS. That's also another thing they have. So if we do get like a safety car, they'll be good. As Adea has come in pits for his scheduled pit stop off those mediums onto some hards. And now I think we're going to see. Let's see what's actually happening as Shmi overtakes Adea in the pits. Can't see anything happening at the moment up and down the circuit. But we might see some overtakes on because obviously Toro is starting to gain quite considerably on Yansky in that middle sector. Obviously, those tyres working better for him. As we come toward. What'd you say?
The Red Bull, in P9, the only person who has a penalty, so that could be very crucial since he's in the points.
That is a very good point. He's got a 3 second when everyone else hasn't. Toro, though, is trying to gain on Yansky. Makes the move to the inside and just gets it. The DRS is the reason why modern F1 is dog shit, and they should bring another system in, like push to pass, like they have in IndyCar. As we come towards the last corner and onto the back straight, that's not a good exit from Toro. It's not a good exit either from Yansky, so he might be safe. He won't be safe as Yansky ERS and DRS is front straight. And he gets the move done before turn 1, but he's going to have the tighter line going into the corner, which is Toro can now send it up the inside into turn 2. This is why the snail section is so good for racing. You can do a multitude of different racing lines. He's keeping it on the X. This is going to be very close. Toro is trying to go around the outside. Yansky was trying to squeeze him out there, but he didn't do so. And Toro sticks in behind there.
I'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay. So we're seeing these two battle for third place. And it's pretty much the only battle that's going out on circuit because Kevin and Try Again Later Boy are not wanting to battle each other. They just wanted to stay in each other's slipstream. Han is behind his teammate Freight. But obviously he's had the potential of his race considerably destroyed by spinning out multiple times. If he'd have not spun out, he could have definitely been in contention for the win. But that's the price you pay for being that little bit more aggressive than everyone else. And as we come on towards the long back straight, on board with Toro, and Yansky has had the biggest snap of oversteer I've seen this race, and he's going to lose out because of it. Toro will have the DRS, and he's not pulling alongside just yet, but now he will pull ahead with that drag reduction system enabled. They're going side by side as Kevin and Try Again Later Boy are fighting into the head. Kevin has made it up into the lead as Try Again Later Boy has gone into second, and now Toro and Yansky are battling. Yansky trying to send a move into the last corner maybe. No, he doesn't do it in the end. But Try Again Later Boy back with the battle for Kevin, and now into turn 1 he goes. He's sent it to the inside. Kevin will probably send it to the inside of turn 2. He backs out of it as Yansky overtakes Toro into turn 1, and I think we might see a similar situation happen between these two.
Check.
You're back. Good. Well, we'll just see the battle for the lead. Kevin tried to overtake Try Again Later Boy, and Toro tried to overtake Yansky. Both of them failed.
Still a very long race left. 14.
We've got half the race to go. Half the race gone, half the race to go, as Crofty used to say, and it always used to bore the fuck out of me because everyone knew that's what it meant. Oh, there's someone on the grass there. I think that might have been one of the Mercs. I think lost a bit of time there by going on the grass. We're going to get back onto this back straight, and Kevin might have another go at the lead. I didn't catch the full battle last time. Hopefully I'll catch it this time. I don't think he's going to battle, actually. I think he's going to just stay behind. Toto might try and battle with Jansky, though. I think we're going to see it. Toto overtakes Jansky.
Here we go.
Yep, he's done it into the hairpin as Jansky is closing up. He closes up on the entry.
Did he overtake him on this straight?
He might be able to, but he's not got the best of exits at all. Yep, that's the exit route, but he's not going to get it, I don't think, unless he uses some ERS. And he's clever's not used any ERS. Rajic has lost positions and sees all them finishing hard to battling into the last corner as some people are coming into the pits. And finishing hard got thinking into the pits as Remus is into the pits, Rajic is into the pits. So they're going to go the same amount of laps as they did on those mediums on the hards.
I think that, yeah, they're going on the hard tyres. That's going to the end.
I mean, some of the hard runners could try and make softs to the end if they can stretch their stints out, but it could be too risky.
Yeah, it could be too risky.
Oh, Jansky losing the back end through the S section. But he's kept it in check. And although he won't be in for an overtake on the back straight, he will be able to just keep with the car in front of him. I'd pit if I was him this lap because he's losing a lot of time because of the state of those tyres. I'd pit if I was him at the end of this lap. He's going on to better tyres anyway. I mean, Toto will be on better tyres when he comes into the pit. But if you can get a switch, if you can get an undercut on him, it could definitely work.
Yeah, the undercut could be crucial as Kevin staying behind the Williams.
Yep, I think we could see one of these two come into the pits. I think either if Trigon Laterwood comes in, I think Kevin will stay out. If he does come in, then I think Kevin will stay. Oh, they're both going in at the same time.
William pits though.
As Martin has left the session, I will try. I'm not sure if I can re-invite him because obviously he's quite important. Friends. Oh, is there a lobby restart? Because everyone's left.
Everyone's left. I'm watching from my iPad and seeing what's going on.
I've sent an invite to Martin if he wants to stay, if he wants to get back in, but I'll wait for him to confirm in the chat if we've had a restart.
A restart could be very interesting and a twist to the race if there's a restart.
Yeah, Martin, can you put in commentators chat if we've got a restart or if you just accidentally disconnected? Multiple people have been kicked. I think we should restart at 25% race. I don't know who exactly got disconnected, but I might have a look and see. Limitless was disconnected, but he's back in the session. Don't play Zero is in the... Your game crashed. Don't play Zero also got disconnected. I'll see if I can re-invite him. Martin, tell us if we're having a restart, please. No restart. I invited you back, Martin. I'll invite you again, but I invited you back. Oh, I accidentally sent an invite to someone else as well. But Hannah's into the pits from the lead. This whole thing has completely jumbled up the race, by the way. I'm sorry for. I'm not sure if people have been able to see the stream because of where Martin streams it. But Try Again Later Boy and Kevin are both back into the lead. Hannah and Jansky are in the pits. Toto is staying out. And Toro has come out way ahead of Jansky. Jansky's gone onto the softs. That's interesting. So, Try Again Later Boy is still leading. Kevin is still in second. Toro is in third. Han is in fourth. Breitzel's in fifth. Jansky has come out in sixth place because he's disconnected. Jansky is disconnected. That's why he's so slow. Maybe we should get an invite going for him because I can't seem to find him on my friends list if he even has a friends list. If he even has a friends list. If he's even on my friends list is what I mean.
some people's races might have been ruined because of this. Whatever's happened, some people getting kicked out or something.
Yep.
Could be very
much. Not sure if Martin can re-invite people. It's Jansky needs to be re-invited, and I think that's it. He's rejoined, so we should be able to see. But his race it's not ruined by any stretch. He can still recover from this, but he's not going to get the same position he was going to get before.
Very unlucky for him. He was seeing and he could have gone a podium.
And Kevin is going up the inside of Try Again Later Boy into the hairpin. Sorry to interrupt. As he goes up the inside, he's going to get the move on the exit, I think, here. And Try Again Later Boy is going wheel to wheel with him, though. He's going to slot in behind into the final corner. But the battle for the lead is commencing, and now I think we're going to wrap up as we come in towards the latter part of this race. He's got the DRS, he's got the slipstream, he's got the momentum. Will he get the move done into turn one? Goes up the inside, and he's got the move, and he's got the inside, and he's got the lead as we come on towards lap 8 now. Kevin slots in behind, and this could be a very interesting battle for the lead as we continue in this race. As Zadea is also battling his teammate Jansky, as he hasn't taken control of his car yet. Yeah, Jansky's still AI, so that's a problem for him.
Currently watching the race from the YouTube stream, so I think I might be a bit behind.
Okay. Caesar, you can watch it in the Discord stream, and it's usually very up to date. As Caesar overtakes Remus. And now Kevin is
back.
Kevin is really struggling to keep up with Try Again Later Boy here. He's got a bit of momentum because he's getting a bit of extra straight line speed. Obviously, with that DRS, he will have a bit of speed, but it won't be enough to overtake him to the hairpin. As we're on lap 18 of 28, we'll be moving on to lap 19. 10 laps to go then in this race. And Kevin is just trying to make moves in this event. And now he's got the DRS again, but he will not be making any moves into T1.
Both of them with decent amount of ERS, I think.
Yep. Try Again Later Boy has 97% and Kevin has 87%. So yes, they both have a lot of ERS. Jansky's back controlling his car, and he'll be wanting to get past his teammate Adea, who's going about 5 miles an hour on the apex of turn 1. He's not going to be happy with that unless he gets out of the way now. They're battling each other. Adea is not giving him the, but now he does. He backs out and realizes. I think. Oh no, he's not. They are battling.
Oh, he gives the squeeze.
Yeah, Adea is complete. This is going to be chaos here. He's moved into braking Adea there, and if I was Jansky, I'd be on the phone to him being like, "Oi, stop being a dickhead and stop trying to crash into me." As we come round the outside, he's going to try and send it round the outside. Done it. He's got the move, and that's a very good move. It's always a very nice move when you do that kind of move round the outside. Oh, and Adea, he spun it.
Oh, he's lost it completely.
That's what happens when you try and battle with someone who's not on your talent level, my friend. Why are you reversing? What? You could have easily got back on the track if you'd have not reversed. Stupid melon. I've seen more driving skill from a fucking melon on stilts.
That's put him outside of the top 10.
Exactly. Oh, he's not actually. He's put him in 9th place, but he's definitely down the field because of that move.
Yeah.
As now Limitless has overtaken R34, and Kevin is now close to the back of Try Again Later Boy as you're going through the first sector. These two have really pulled out a gap to the cars behind.
Really good gap. I think Kevin is being patient with him.
Yeah, he is. I think it's going to be like the last 5 laps when they start properly going at it. Dux has just overtaken Remus for 10th place into turn 1. For those who care. Limitless has overtaken Rajic for P12. As we wait for these two to get onto the back straight, and there are back markers, SNY could play a part in this battle for the lead if he doesn't get out of the way. As we now go into this, as Limitless and Remus are battling over 11th place, the Mercedes duo. I think you might be a trade-off of positions there because they aren't really that close anymore.
Jan's just trying to make a comeback.
Yep. And now we see Rajic is battling with R34. But I don't think
it'd be a double overtake.
On who?
Goes for the switchback. Oh, will it work? No.
As now SNY gets overtaken by the leading pair. He wants to get out of the way of those two. Limitless and Duckster ever back at it. R34 being overtaken by Wooden Spoon.
Roundy outside. Will he make it the corner? Yes, he just about makes the corner. And he's ahead of the Mercedes. Up to P7.
P7? P7, who are you talking about, mate?
Jans.
Do you mean the Alpine? No, because you mean, so Jans is up into P6. The car behind him is finishing hot, who's 6.5 seconds behind. Are you seeing a different race to me?
Well, on the stream I'm watching, it just says that he's P7, and he's about to overtake the Aston Martin, and he has. Oh, they're still wheel to wheel though. Well, that's what I'm seeing on the stream.
That's very strange.
Well, what does it say for you?
Well, which Mercedes are you talking about? Limitless.
I'm saying the AlphaTauri, yeah, Jans, yeah, he's just overtaken the Aston Martin and Mercedes, 6th, 7th, and 8th place.
For me, Jans is 6th, and then there's an Alpine finishing hot, and then a Red Bull diesel. I don't see where you got a Mercedes.
What?
Yeah, but what lap are you on?
22.
I'm on lap 22. Is Martin seeing a completely different race to what I am?
Martins? Who's Martins?
Martin is Martin Van Dyke. Martin, literally the person who's the head guy. Hold on, let me just see what he's saying in the chat. Oh fuck! My thing is bugged. Oh, or is it your thing is bugged because you left him and rejoined, Martin?
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, there are some technical difficulties here. Sorry, guys. I'll leave him then rejoin if you want, but I don't think it's me. I'll leave him rejoin. Re-invite me, Martin. That's really strange. I was so confused when you were talking about a Mercedes battling for P7 because I was like, well, no, he's not battling for P7. He's not even in battle. As Martin
I thought it was like, am I blind or something? Or like, genuinely, it just, a Mercedes battling. I thought, gosh.
Don't tell me my commentary has just been complete and utter rubbish for the last couple of... because I've been commentating on something that doesn't exist. Yeah, for me it's the same order as... Oh no, it's not the same order as before. They were just all... Rajic's now in P7. That's really weird.
Ah, alright. Yeah, that was weird.
So the order for you is Dragon Later Boy, Kevin, Toto, Han, Freitzos, Jans, Rajic, Remus, Caesar, then finishing Hart, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, that's perfect. Now we're on lap 23. Sorry guys. So for the last like 5 laps since Martin just connected, I've been commentating on a race that doesn't exist. Anyway, we're going to move in towards the last part of this race, and hopefully my reputation won't completely in the bin. As Adea is trying to overtake Don't Play Zero on the back straight in towards the last corner and the last section, and he's made the move. He's done very well there.
This is where, soon enough, Kevin, you have to start thinking about using that ERS, saving it from that few last laps to try and attack the Williams.
They now both have the exact same amount of ERS. Before there was like a tiny little bit of detriment, like Trigon Later had about 5% more, but now they have the exact same amount of ERS.
This is going to be very interesting.
Yep, it is. They're going to go on to the last. I assume what we're going to do is they're going to go on to the last 3 laps, or the last 2 laps, and then just burn it on the last 2 laps. So we're on lap 24. We're going to go on to. We're on lap 24 now, so we have 5 laps remaining in this race. Trigon Later Boy and Kevin have been leading pretty much the entire way. Han was in the battle at the start, but he fell off due to spinning, and Finishing Heart overtakes Seazord. And Seazord is going back up the inside into the hairpin, doesn't
What a move!
And he's done it, and Finishing Heart has to back out of that one. Finishing Heart now down in 10th place. His R34 and Don't Play 0 going into the sharp left-hander. You don't really usually see moves there.
What happened to the Alpine? Like 34 seconds up behind.
SNY, he spun a couple of times, and he's also in AI, I think. Either that or he just ghosted.
Oh.
I think he's just ghosted because he's got Taro right behind him, and obviously he's going to get lapped by him. Right. Kevin's got 100% ERS, and he needs to start using some of it, because if you're on 100% ERS, you're wasting any sort of potential ERS gain.
Yeah. Needs to come.
Yeah. But he's not using any of it. He's waiting rather than using it because he thinks that it's better to save it. If you're hitting 100% ERS, regardless of whether you're on if you're saving it, because it means you're just wasting any sort of regeneration.
Both drivers being very consistent. No mistakes at all.
I mean, going back to that ERS point, obviously, I'm assuming you have a mobile phone. So if you, or any sort of like mobile devices, Dux Forever gets a 3-second time penalty. That's only the second one of the race. Obviously, they always say never to keep your phones at 100% because it ruins the battery. Because they lose their effectiveness over time, and it ruins the effectiveness even more if you keep it right near 100%. You're always supposed to keep it around the 20% mark. That's what it is for mobile phones, and I assume it's the same for batteries that are this big in cars.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Yeah.
That's why I'd be burning at least some. I admit that I can understand if they want to keep around 90% because they want to have it going on for the last couple of laps. But they need to move. They need to get rid of some of it, and also it'll give them an advantage over the other stuff.
Yeah, time is running out.
Yeah, we have 3 laps left, and Trigon Later Boy just made a little mistake out of the long snail section, but managed to get away with it. He's burned a bit of the ERS off the exit. He's done exactly what I said, and he's gained a bit of time there. He'll have 9% less ERS going into the last 3 laps of this race. We'll go on to lap 26, and we'll have 3 laps to go. And now we come on towards this 3rd to last lap. 3 to go, and Trigon Later Boy and Kevin are still working hard. Oh, and Trigon Later Boy took a bit of a tighter line through the turn 4 corner there, and it's not actually lost him any time, but that's interesting. He takes a different line through there. Kevin is very aggressive on both his braking and turning, and that's lost him some time through. There's Yansky and Rajika battling through turn 1. Yansky makes the move. He's trying to recover, obviously, from that earlier disconnect that he had. Not sure if any action will be taken based on that. I don't think you can really take any action by like taking time off of people's race because they've got disconnected. I think that'd be unfair.
Yeah.
Shmee gets overtaken by Dux Forever gets overtaken by Shmee. But now I think Dux Forever and Shmee are going to fight. Going into the first corner, they are. Dux Forever around the outside, on the inside. Shmee gets the move, but now Dux Forever is going to try and go back on the inside. Contact. Bumping and barging each other.
Set up for people at the moment.
Yep, Shmee gets the position, and now Kevin is as close to try again later boy as he has been so far. He's going to go on to the penultimate lap of the second. And this is where you need to start using your ARS. At least some of it. Try again later boy has used some of his. He's now only on 80%, whereas Kevin is on 95%.
Yeah, I think Kevin is attacking now. He's gone attack mode.
As now Jansky is slowing down. Jansky is slowing down because he's fighting with Rajic. Lap 27 and 28 we're still on. We've got 1.5 laps to go in this race, but the race is definitely not over. That Kevin did make that mistake, you're right. 6 tenths behind now going into this middle sector. He needs to push, and he needs to, I'd say, use some of that ERS to get into the ERS window, because he's not going to use enough ERS. He's got so much in his battery that he could literally deploy ERS for the rest of this lap and the next lap and still not run out. I don't know why he's not deploying any of it.
It's either now or never for Kevin.
Unless he's going to deploy it all on this back straight. Why would he deploy it all on this back straight though? Because he's not going to, like, the DRS is less higher gear. He's going to deploy it all on this back straight, but he's less effective in lower gear, in higher gear. He's going on to the last lap with like 90% ERS because you can only use about 6 on a lap. He's going for the move. He's going for the move, but they're both going to go on to the last lap with 80% plus of ERS, not realising that you can literally use a maximum of about 60% on the last lap, and even then, it's just stupid. Why would you do this?
Yeah, Kevin, this might have costed him the win as we go to the last lap of this Chinese Grand Prix. As the Williams is attacking back.
He's gone around the outside into turn 1. Kevin's still on the inside. He's going to try and take the position, and he's reassumed the lead. Going on to lap 28 into the last, into the turn 4 we are now. A quarter of the lap, or a third of the lap has been completed near enough. And Kevin will need to defend. They've both got so much ERS. They're all going to use it. I don't see why they aren't using it now. They're going to use that remaining ERS. They could have been so good if they'd have managed to not do this, but now we come on towards the last lap of this race. Remus and Jansky are still battling, but we're going to keep with this battle for the lead. They're still close through this middle sector. Try again later boy, deploying his ERS. He wants to get as close as he can going onto this back straight.
They need good exits out of these corners.
Yes, they do.
No slide.
What they want to do is deploy ERS through this last corner because look, wobble.
Oh, Kevin has a slide.
Kevin did have a slide, and Han has overtaken Toto. But try again later, boy. We'll be trying to get a move going into the last corner, or the last braking zone, or the last overtaking zone on this circuit. He goes to the outside. Kevin to the inside. Kevin will keep it. Will he keep it on the exit though? He does the rear locking, but he's not going to be enough. He's bottled it. He's bottled it. Kevin has bottled it in the last lap of this race. He should have been deploying ERS more often because it's going to be try again later boy who takes the win here in China. Kevin takes
Han is most off the track. I wonder what the stewards will say about that.
Toto is taking third place off of Han, and those two are going to cross the line astern. Freight Sos is 20 seconds behind, but the lead pair finished with about 50% ERS each. If they'd have both been deploying more often, I think Kevin could have won that race more often. Freight Sos is going to come around and find a couple of corners. He's going to finish.
Oh.
I'm going to have a word with him. I'm going to have a word with him in the interviews about that because I'm baffled by what Kevin was doing. Freight Sos finished 5th. Rajic is 6th. Remus will finish 7th. Jansky will be 8th in the end. I don't know what happened to him at the end because he's going to finish. Got to be on 7th on penalties. Finishing Hart is 9th. Diesel is 10th.
And that's the top 10.
And then Limitless will come across the line in 11th. We'll wait for the order and everything to be done, and then I think afterwards we'll be going into the interviews, the interview pen. Shmi is in 12th. Dux Forever will come across the line with R34 right behind him, but obviously he'll lose. The R34 finishes 13th. Adeo will finish 15th. He spun out after colliding with his teammate Jansky and obviously ran out of talent. And we're going to, we're going to move into the podium celebrations, and then afterwards we'll move towards the Rajic driver of the day.
I think Kevin could have won that if he just had his ERS usage correct today.
And now he moves. He's on the top step of the podium. His rival, obviously, not Kevin. His rival. Try again later, boy. He tells him to try again later. As we see Kevin on that podium. Toto obviously had that battle on the last lap. We'll have a word with him about that. Yeah. As we see them off the podium. Try again later, boy is the winner of the race, followed by Kevin in P2 by only 4 tenths of a second, 5 tenths of a second. Toto is in P3, followed by Han, followed by Freitzos, Magic, Jansky, Remus, Finishing Heart, Caesar, Limitless, Tree, Offer Support, Ducks Forever, Adea, Don't Play Zero, SNY, all finished the race. So we had no retirements and no safety cars. That's the first time in a while I've seen a league race with no retirements and everyone finishing. Actually, not everyone finished on the lead lap, but we are going to move in towards the interviews in a minute. I'm not sure exactly when, but we'll probably now actually. So I'll move into the interviews pen and we will talk there. So we're waiting for the top 3 drivers to make their way into the interview pen. We have Kevin, who's just joined us. We have we're going to expect Toto, and we're going to expect Try Again Later Boy to join us here in this pen. But as we wait, it'll be interesting to see how they analyze the race. Try Again Later Boy has apparently joined, and so has Toto. So I think, unless anyone can, and unless anyone has any objections, I think we can get underway and speak to our 3rd place man, Toto. First question I have for Toto, if he can unmute his mic, is obviously we saw the battle with you and Han, or we didn't see it because we were focused on the battle for the lead, but there was a battle between you and Han for the last podium position. What did you make of that?
Can you repeat the question?
I said we saw the battle between you and Han on the last lap for the podium position, or at least Mike was saying that there was a battle between you two on the last lap. What did you think of the battle? Did you think that you got the position fairly? Because apparently he said that there was going to be some stewards meetings about that.
I don't know, to be honest. I think I shouldn't get P3. I was able to get P4, and yeah, I don't know if I should get P3. But it was a good battle with her. Yeah.
Another point was the front 2 were kind of in a league of their own today. Did that affect your race at all? Did it affect your race that the front 2 of Kevin and Try Again Later Boy were so far ahead, and so you could just concentrate on your own race and try and get P3 or P4?
I don't know. I think no.
Okay, it didn't affect you. Okay, that's fair enough. I can't really think of any other questions for you, Toto. Unless Mike can think of one, I will move along to our 2nd place finisher.
I think that was, I don't have any questions. Good job, mate.
Okay, yeah, the GG's. And we will now go on to our 2nd place man, Kevin. Obviously, we saw you and Try Again Later Boy fighting hammer and tongue, really. I mean, it was more so towards the last couple of laps, but there were moments where you're battling each other. One thing I do want to ask, because I've pointed it out on the stream, was that you were both on very high amounts of ERS the entire race, and you finished the race with like 50% ERS. Do you think if you'd have used more ERS, you could have won this race?
Yeah, I think so. I think I had to overtake him earlier because I overtook him in the penultimate lap. And in the last lap, I got a bit of a moment out of the turn before the straight, and then I lost the position. So
do you think...
I think I needed to use my ERS more.
Yeah. Did you expect you to be able to consume more? Because were you expecting to be able to use like 50% on each lap, or was that just you miscalculating?
I think miscalculating. Yeah.
Okay, it was a very good battle between you two. I mean, we saw a couple of moves that weren't right at the end. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can think of. I'll ask the same questions I asked to Toro. Did the fact that you were so far ahead of everyone else, and it was just you two up front, did that affect your race at all? Did it make it easier? Did it make it harder?
It made it easier because I didn't have any pressure from behind. So yeah, but it was tough to make a decision to when to pit. But I follow Trigon for when he pitted, so I think that was the best decision to do.
Yeah, that was obviously quite clever. I mean, there was also some drivers that around that kind of phase got problems with connectivity. But obviously, you were all quite lucky that you didn't get those.
Yeah.
Yansky fell out of the podium positions, I think, and Han obviously had his problems with spinning. Did Han at the start give you any sort of threat? Because obviously he was up fighting with you two, and then he spun out and spun out again later on.
Yeah, he had the pace. I think he had the same pace as us.
Ooh, that's a headline. He had the same pace as you. Unless Mike has any more questions, I don't think I can think of any. Do you have any?
I think I got a question.
Okay.
I know it's early in the season, but extending your championship lead, was it P1? Was it P2? But still P2. Do you think like this could be the race where you could think about the championship and maybe win it?
I think it's still too early, but I definitely made a huge step towards the championship.
Right, thank you, mate. Well done. You did very well.
Thanks.
Right, and we're going to move to our winner. Try again later, boy. It was obviously a very good race from you. You managed to manage the ERS perfectly. Well, not perfectly well, because you were finished on like 35% ERS. Did you also miscalculate the ERS right at the end?
No, not really, because I was leading the race, so I thought I was just gonna keep saving it for Kevin if he overtook me. I would have used it a little bit, overtook him back because I didn't want to follow him, because otherwise I would have hurt my tires more. So I said I have to be in front. So yeah.
Fair enough. Let me think of another question. I'll ask the same question I've asked to all three of you now. Did the fact that you were so far ahead of the chasing pack, so Toto and co, did that help you? Did that help you in your battle? Did it make it a lot easier for you to be able to maintain your kind of status quo?
For me, not really, because I had Kevin behind me, and I know he's fucking quick, so I had to always keep pushing, and don't make a mistake. So yeah, for me it wasn't easy. I think for him following a little bit more, but for me not.
And I think I'll ask a question that Mike asked to Kevin. Do you think you are mounting a good title fight now?
Yeah, definitely, because Jix wasn't here. So and he's usually very quick. He's usually at the front always. So yeah, these points will be very important.
Yeah. Does Mike have any questions for Try Again Later, boy?
Yeah, I got one. 2 wins in a row now. Do you see like an era or a form coming up now with this fantastic form which we're seeing right now?
Well, I hope so, because the first 3 races was all out. So I had pretty bad luck, and I hope this good luck continues.
Right. I think that concludes our talking with our 3 podium finishes there. Good. Well done to everyone, and good luck for the future season and for the rest of the races. I've been Nedzo. Mike, my co-commentator, can do his outro if he wants to, and we should be getting ready to close the stream now.
Outro. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this live stream. I appreciate the support. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next week for a USA track, I guess. Yeah, I'll see you. I'll see you then.